Hello, everybody. Welcome back to After Emoris. Today we are joined by first-time pairing, Equa is not funny, the DM, and Undead Felis, who plays Isabel. Welcome, guys.
I
Wonderful
just
pairing.
pulled a Taroka card and I got the Innocent. I don't know
Are
what
you
the fuck
sure?
that means.
Me, it's
Are
me.
you
I'm
sure?
the innocent.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you're a little baby. You're a little fucking baby face.
I am.
Yes, we all know that Equa is our adorable DM leader who could also be quite vicious when he wants to be. So let us all
Thank you.
respect the DM.
Please compliment me
Never.
more. It'll do wonders for my ego.
Yeah, you're not even in his game. One of his games, Nyssa. I should be
Yes.
sucking up to him.
All right then. So in this past episode, we had quite a bit of lore drop happening and quite a few wholesome, fun moments that was going on. We discovered the background of where Free came from in regards to the cakery. We had a
Oof.
few moments,
Oof.
just quite a few of the funnies,
Oh.
figuring out what to do with Mr. Gaines in regards to Shawnee. We got to see Thyra and Free talking. We got to see Wade and Asmon finally talking again. We had a kind of a sad moment with Isabel when she was alone trying to make contact with a member of her family.
Her little brother.
But yeah, so a lot of lore drops have happened and a lot of fun, wholesome moments. It was nice to get another break from so much battle, especially now that the Ghost Gator is dead.
Yeah, it's nice.
Ah,
It's nice not having like a ticking clock. We kind of do still with Kev, but it's nice to be able to like
It's a longer
take
clock.
take a couple sessions, just be like, all right, let's be a little goofy,
Yeah.
and let's just fuck over a weird slave owner. Like that's just like good, wholesome family fun.
There are two different types of non-combat sessions. There are the really deep, intense, emotional ones that are like sad and grueling, and then there are the happy, fun ones where you make figurines fight each other.
Yeah, we had both.
Yes, you did.
yes, it was a great combination of both. So yeah, Equa, kudos to you for being able to swing to both sides of the spectrum for being creepy and just, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We're all going to die too. Oh, this is so fun, so wholesome, I'm going to cry.
It's barely me. It's mostly the players, you know.
That's true. I'll take responsibility for that. Thank you for that compliment, Nyssa.
Yes, so you guys are so awesome. All right, then. So let us jump into the questions here. So yeah, as I mentioned, we had so many fun and wholesome moments happen in this. Do you guys have a favorite that happened this past session?
I liked the figurines. I do. Those figurines
Figurines were fun.
they're weird for me because I never know what to do with them. It just says in their description they make weird and obscene gestures a lot. So I never really know what to do with them, and I have to make them do new things every time. But I like them. They're fun. They're fun to mess around with.
I was for a second when you're gonna do the figurines, I thought you're gonna have like figurine Isabel and Wade like make out, which would have been funny. But I like that you like hinted at it and then they fucking fought.
That was that was an improv moment, and I went in and I was like, I could swing this either way, and that was
you could do
completely
it.
intentional for me to be like. They started off like, hey, and then it was Wade's hat was the tipping point for whatever. I don't know why. Like my brain works in such weird ways.
No, it was good. That was a really good moment.
It was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I think-
Felix, what was your favorite moment?
I think it was like Wade and Asmon started to talk again, because just despite the brutal shipping wars that have cost many lives in the chat of our streams, like it's good to see like two like childhood friends who did have like Wade was mad at Asmon, and he's just like, yeah, she's my friend, I should just talk to her anyways, and so that's nice. So that was really nice to see them again.
Also, nothing to do with Wade happening to throw a message at Loven and get in response.
Oh, I have sending now, so he literally would not be able to respond to me without talking. I'm sure
Yeah.
Equa will have Asmon send me a sending message like for Lopen, but I will.
Sending is a dangerous spell, and like now 2 of you have it.
Yep.
Oh,
And I'm gonna use it to torture my dad.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Only 1 spell slot per day for Izzy from now on.
It's 2. It's 2. Fuck you,
2,
it's 2.
but you use 1 of them every day to torture your dad, so you get 1 in combat.
Well, I'll do it at the end of days
Okay.
if I have it.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
no,
I gotta
have
say,
plans.
my favorite moment was the makeover session where
Oh, that was a
Wade
lot
just
of
kind
fun.
of beelined out of
He laughed. I was
there.
so mad about that. That's yeah. I absolutely drag queened the fuck. I want everyone to know that I drag queened Elakian.
No, it was
Yeah.
great. I'm glad that he was down for that.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it made total sense for the character, but I'm glad that he was
Yeah.
he was a part of that because it wouldn't have been the same if Elakian didn't get done up as well.
Oh, for sure.
Also,
that's
Elakian was the first one to offer, and that's fantastic.
He's a little
That
more
was so great.
emotionally like literate than we give him credit for. I think. You know.
I think so, yeah.
Well,
He's
especially
definitely on
since
a
he
better
had dropped
path.
some lore beforehand that he hadn't spoken with his own parent, with his own father, like at least for 10 years, and he does
Yeah,
have quite the mysterious past. And Esprit is just getting us little tidbits at a time as the sessions go on. And it's like,
10 years of a strange father is nothing. Try 23. That's how long
And then-
Isabel hasn't seen her dad.
Well, to be fair, I think Isabel thought that her dad was dead for the majority
for
of
sure,
that
yeah.
time, right?
Well, she was holding out hope. She wasn't. He wasn't. Not for like reunion purposes.
All right. So since you guys mentioned that sending spell, like in accordance, like actually jotted it all down here in the Q&A, you could send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as a sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like matter immediately. The spell enables creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message. You can send the message across any distance, even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a different plane from you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive. So, since Isabel did not get a response from her brother, that does not necessarily mean he's dead. Are there ways to block messages or prevent a reply in regards to the sending spell?
I would say yes. I don't think sending is
Yeah, asking
divination.
as a strictly technical point because I know that as a DM you're inclined to withhold a lot of information, if not all of it.
Yeah, there are definitely ways to get around it. 100%. There is an amulet against proof of detection and something or other, which is it just prevents you from divination spells in general. I don't know if sending is divination. I think it might be something else.
It's evocation.
It's evocation. Okay. I mean, there are always, if there are no real official items, there are always homebrew items that I would probably put in to protect against sending and message and other things. People getting inside your head. That makes total sense for them to be in the world. I just haven't made them yet. So yeah, I imagine there are. Felis, you DM, you might know better than me.
Yeah. Again, I think there's a thing called the Ring of Psychic Warding that may. I think the only defense against psychic attacks though. So, but it could be worked in to like block message. I think it might have been Dyto who said it. I don't quite remember because there was a lot going on. But someone had said that he might just be scared and freaked out that he suddenly heard his sister's voice after 20 years, just whispering in his brain, being like, "Yo, what's up?" So that's always an option that he's just scared, or he's dead. He could just be dead.
Could just straight
But
up be dead.
also,
Yep.
what if they're actually not familiar with the responder? Like, what if they have amnesia?
Well, yes. Well, Isabel is familiar with her brother. They don't have to be familiar with you. You have to be familiar with them. So
Yeah.
even if he doesn't remember Isabel, that could be he could not remember and just hear a voice, someone calling him Little Lamb, and like, is he? And he's like, I don't know who that is. He was like 5 when they last saw each other. So
Well, if he were alive now, he'd be a lot older.
maybe
He could-
28.
technically be a different person if you think about it.
Yeah,
So
I don't
not
know.
necessarily familiar anymore.
Yeah, she may not be familiar with the person he is now. Like I don't know the nuances, the rules that Equa has made, or you could be dead. Although I do have a theory, because there is a chance that he could fail if he's on a different plane, and we do know that. Um, well, I think that Chaos is from a different plane, and he crossed over. So it's right. Who knows? Maybe Lambert crossed whoever Chaos is from.
Or it could be like Dyto's suggestion. Maybe he was in the toilet and just didn't want to say anything while he
He was
was
supposed to
doing
say
his
anything.
visits.
Maybe he's just scared. I don't know. I
Yeah, you
honestly
hear
don't
a
know.
reply that's just.
Oh god, it is psychic, so she can't cover her ears. She could, but it wouldn't do anything. It just makes echoes in her brain, like fuck.
That can happen.
Excuse me.
I gotta think of the
Or
funniest
it
NPC
could have
for
been
that to
even
happen
worse.
to. What if that happened to Mazor? That'd be funny.
Oh, I'm gonna message Mazor. Oh, I'm
Do
gonna
it, why
send Mazor a message. But like, hey, Mazor, what's up? Just want to check in, see how you doing. How's the husband? Oh god damn it, not again.
That could happen.
Never
And watch it's probably once you get a response, if it's going to be like guttural noises, it's like they're not in the bathroom.
She's like, oh shit. Good
That's-
for
yeah.
Mazor, but you can just not respond. She's gonna after that be like, you don't have to respond to this message. Steal it from Girl, like you don't have to.
Oh man.
That's great.
Okay then. So a little bit more of a lighthearted question here. So, Mama expressed interest in both Wasteman and Frayed for the pairings. What kind of procreations could you see from the other goats?
Oh lord. If you want to tackle
You
this
could-
one
we
first,
could-
Felix?
Sure, I'll talk about my character. I will say, the last question was kind of like a little heavier. Got some lighthearted responses. This is a lighthearted question. I'm gonna drag the mood back down. Isabel does not want children. Is in fact terrified of the idea of having kids because she doesn't want Chaos to eat a fetus. Because she doesn't know
That's
how
a
to
decent
respond.
worry, honestly. That is a
Decent
good
worry,
worry.
yeah. She doesn't want to eat,
That's a
eat her
legit
baby.
worry.
Also, if she does like have a child, the fuck's going on in the brain? Like, is Chaos like? Is there like? Does Chaos like bud? Like, she doesn't know what the fuck's going on. So she's like, nope, no kids. She's never having kids.
You know, that's fair enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So Equa,
Started to bring the mood down a bit.
what about a certain NPC character like Asmon? Could you see her being a mother?
I think it would depend on the character. Asmon is. I don't think Asmon has any plans for that sort of thing, but you guys never know what's happening with her. Maybe she is dating Loven, maybe she's not.
We all
there's
know
so many...
Loven is actually a happily married gay man. We all know this. All right.
Would I recycle that from Mazor that soon?
I don't know, man. That's my headcanon that he's just actually like he's just in like a childless gay marriage and is like super rich because he has two incomes and is just lives super comfortably. That's my headcanon.
Yo, speaking of Mazor would be a good dad in his crappy little town in the desert. Imagine that with him and Kezos.
We all know. I have to interrupt. We all know who's going to be the newest parents amongst the cast we've accrued. It's Vaya, the weird lizard babies with Rokanoka.
This is true.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
yes.
I want weird lizard babies with them from them.
And they all have like the roughest voices, like just the worst voices. Between Vaya and Rokanoka, and their weird, like raspy, gravelly tones. Ugh, like sandpaper.
So the
Weird
first
babies.
child.
I want some
So
turtle
their
lizard
first child
hybrids.
is going to be Gojira.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
first child will be Gojira.
It's gonna come out of the womb and be like, "Hey, my name's Angie. I'm a smoker." That's it. That's all they say.
Out of the egg, they lay eggs. They're an egg-laying people.
Out of
I
the egg
assume.
womb. Oh yeah,
Out of
probably.
the egg womb? It's called an egg.
Egg
That's
womb.
what the egg is. It's an egg womb.
Yeah, it's gonna be that whole Super Mario movie thing where you're gonna lay the egg and then you have to take care of the egg and put it in a stroller and push it along. So yeah, if you haven't
I've
seen
never
the
seen that
Super
movie. I
Mario
need to watch
movie,
that movie.
I never saw that one either. Before my time.
We were both born in the 90s.
my condolences, but hey, that's okay. That's what
I
I'm
think
here
it's a
for.
good thing we haven't seen the Mario movie.
I heard
It's
was terrible. Yeah.
All I know is Monkey
Really liked
and
it.
Ba-Bomb.
Ba-bam.
It's a bomb. It's a bomb. That's what they're called in the game. Oh.
Well, apparently in the latest Mario game, you have a Ba-bam named Bob.
Yeah, bomb.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. There's a bunch of the Paper Mario is a bunch of fucking all the bombs have weird names like that, like Bomberry, like that. They'll weird names like that.
Mm-hmm. All right then. So let's move on away from the Mario topic here, and
Nah, fuck it. Let's make this a Mario podcast. Let's do it.
all right. Okay. So speaking of Mario, there are some rooms where you have to solve a puzzle in order to move on. So
Ooh, that's very nice.
Elakian got a little puzzle cube that he and Asmon are kind of both trying to figure out here. Any hints that we can get regarding that about what could happen with it?
I'll take this one. Don't worry about
You
it.
go for it, Felis.
So the box contains the soul of an ancient evil god, and he's going to consume everything.
It's found in the
That's
hag's
my
lair.
theory.
Yep.
A game theory. I'm sorry.
This is what I can say. The box is very difficult to open. That's it. That's all I can say about it. I can't say anything else about it because it might give an inkling as to the nature
So
of
the
the
box is very difficult to open, so you need 4 nat 20s in a row in order to get it open.
In order for Elakian to
At
open
least.
it, he has to roll really high, like really high. So that's what I'll say. None of the other members of the goats, I think, could open it.
All right then. Will there be any chances of having like room puzzles, like dungeon-esque puzzles in the future for Emoris?
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
You guys haven't been in a dungeon delve yet per se. You've been mostly focusing on what sort of the starter quests that you do at low levels, and then dealing with the hag, which was in and of itself a strange arc. But when you guys start to level up more, hit 7 or 8, and you realize that you are really, really good at fighting shit, I will have to get smart about how I present challenges to you guys, and that is definitely an avenue that I have been looking into for a while now. So yeah.
Personally, make a donation so that we can have at least one dad joke puzzle.
That I'll put it in Big Daki if you ever go back there with Mazor and Kezos, and I'll just make a bunch of dad jokes, a whole bunch of them.
And it's gonna piss everyone off.
Oh, Thyra will
I
love
love
it.
Hey, I love a
but
good dad joke.
Really, also.
I love good dad joke.
Yeah,
Who
but does
doesn't?
Isabel?
Good point.
That's the question.
I haven't thought about that. So I'll
Well, it all
have to get back to you
depends.
with that. Oh, excuse
All
me.
right then. So, how do you feel about the way that how are you viewing your character since session 0 in comparison to now, since we're like over we're like a month and a bit away from a full year?
Yeah, we're coming up on our 44th session.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Straight, by the way. We haven't missed a single one.
And I don't think anyone's missed a single. Oh no, I think.
Esper's missed a couple of them.
Yeah, we missed a couple. Yeah.
Griz nearly did, and then he tuned in from Hawaii.
Yeah, he went to Hawaii on vacation. And he still played.
Yeah.
Like, what the
This is
fuck?
when he went on vacation to Hawaii to propose to his girlfriend, who is now his fiance, and he still decided, you know what, D&D's more important. I'll go play D&D tonight.
If I ever meet Griz, I've said this. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If I ever meet Griz, I'm gonna fight him.
You're
I
gonna
think he
fight a
needs to
lot
get.
of people that you
I
date.
do have a list. I do have a list. I do. There is a book. Um, I do have a list of people I need to fight, but I think Grizz needs someone to kick his ass at least once, just to
Why?
just put the fear of God back in him.
Okay.
Hey, you're on the list too, buddy.
Anyway, what was the question? Like, comparing characters from
Anyways.
Session 0?
So how are your characters' views on others changed since the first session is asked by Abnormal Chemist?
How our characters see
Yeah,
others
your
differently.
characters' views, yes. Like, how is Isabel viewing everyone else differently compared to when she first met him?
She definitely respects Wade more. When she first met Wade, she definitely thought he was kind of an idiot, which he kind of is. Like, he's not a smart man. Um, but she definitely respects him sort of as a someone who is like has like a strict moral code. So you can see him like sticks to that, and actually you can respect that. Um, her relationship to Thyra is strange because at first you're just like, oh, look at this giant buff warrior woman. That's cool and kind of hot. And then she's like, oh, she's a child. They became very protective, and she's like, no, she's still a giant buff warrior woman. That's just like, so
A young buff
yeah,
warrior
it's
woman.
just young. So she still feels a little protective of Thyra, but over the past couple sort of sessions, she's been like, she can handle herself. Um, she doesn't really know what to think of Free. She's sort of tiptoeing around her because the last time she had any sort of emotional vulnerability with Free, it didn't end well. So she kind of feels bad about that. And she's kind of tiptoeing around her, and also learning all this stuff last session is sort of like,
Processing.
it's supposed a very angry woman, and the violence solves a lot of problems. So she kind of wants just to fuck it up. Um, but she's trying to be more sensitive to other people's needs, depending on how well that's working out. And with Alakian, he's a criminal. That was kind of her first like view of like after got to know him. Like, yeah, he's a fucking thief, and she's like that's fine. So this just change in him, she's not quite sure. This religious sort of awakening, she doesn't quite know how to process that. Also being that she's like kind of going through a similar thing currently. Um, Trying to sort of like understand the gods and if they do have a plan for her, or if they or what her father said, just a bunch of assholes who abandoned us. So she's not quite sure how she feels about religion yet. So yeah.
All right then. So, Equa, how are you feeling about how all of the characters developing, like specifically, like even how they're handling the plots that you're throwing at them?
Um, I think that there has been a lot of very, very good character growth, particularly in Alakian, Free to an extent. Izzy has had a lot of character growth, but her character growth has not been in a positive direction.
No.
She's sort of
Is it a
become
surprise?
more. She's very quickly become the
Murdering?
most violent person in the group. I'm not like saying like outwardly, oh, hi person, yeah, die, but like just in her outlook on things, she tends to look for the more violent situations first because they are the quickest to deal with.
That is on purpose, by the way.
Uh,
That's because I like killing shit in games. That's
yeah,
on purpose.
well, we have a lot of good killing moments in this game, so I get it. Wade is. I could talk stories about Wade. Wade, I think is if I were in the group, if I were a member, at the start of the campaign, I would say, well, there's clearly no one here that has their crap together. Now I would say, if anyone were to be the leader, Wade would probably be the best candidate for me. For me personally. And also Asmon, because Asmon likes Wade the best. But that's because I think Wade has just slowly settled into this, like, okay, well, I'm kind of like the moral lead here. Maybe I should be, like, going up to people and talking to them about what they're doing and why. Wade's become a really interesting character. Not one person thought that Wade was going to be this charismatic, like, women are into him all the time. He's going to be like the impromptu, like, moral leader person of the group.
No.
We all thought Wade was just going to be like this little bayou boy who was like, oh hey, Bible. That was it.
Nick from small town. No.
Oh my gosh.
As we've moved on and with our need for a leader, I've realized that I've talked a little bit about my next character is definitely like a leader, like sort of type. Like he's a very educated person and a good person.
Yes,
so I'm
I
like,
think
we really
you
need to
would
kill
need
Izzy and get my fucking artificer in there because he's a nice guy who just wants to help people.
Yeah, like legit. I will say as well, because I missed Thyra earlier. Thyra has kind of become a little bit more comedic and lighthearted, which I think also the group kind of needed as well, because there's a lot of like brooding in this group. But as a whole, as a group, there has been some development. I think somehow, despite the fact that you're working off of each other, the group has become more dysfunctional and argumentative amongst themselves somehow within the year. And I don't know how that happened. But it has, and now I have to deal with that and figure out how to correct that. But I mean, you're stronger and you're closer together, which is something. You're kind of like that weird family who's like really close, and if someone insults one of the members, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah, I'm going to beat the shit
out of you. But you insult each other all the time across, players. That's kind of what it is. I don't know how it ended up this way. Fucking weird, you guys.
It's because when you have something really good, it gradually turns into a classic TV sitcom.
That must be it. Yeah.
I will say of sort of with the players, I don't know how me and Griz got a rivalry. I don't know why we're mortal enemies, but I think we are.
That's in and out of game. It happens.
It's in and out of game. It's
I don't know how that happened either.
It happened on one of these. We just started fucking messing with each other, and we haven't stopped. So,
well, whatever fuels the inspiration, right?
Yeah. Because I love Wade. Wade's definitely like my favorite character. I'd expect him to be like the as deep character, like Equa said as well. Like it's a very interesting character that Griz has made.
Yeah.
So.
All right, then let's move on to the next question here. I have one from Bumblescum.
Oh, Bumble.
Where's the TPK, the total player kill? Where is it?
It nearly happened with Zephyva. Like a couple times, it very nearly happened.
2 hit points the entire fight.
It's not. It's not going to be for a little while. Like you guys are going to have some relative, safety. I'm not saying that one of you might not die, but like the whole group probably won't die. I got plans.
Yeah. How does fight God?
I can't say.
All right, we need to harvest. We need to use the power of friendship and kill God by the end of this. All right, let's make this a JRPG. Let's fucking do it, bro. You and me, lock eyes with me, Equa. Look at me, Equa.
I'm looking.
We're gonna do this. We're looking at you.
Okay.
We're gonna fight God and kill him and take his throne.
Which god do you want?
Pick one. I'll fuck him up.
Let's go alphabetically. Who's the first? Asmodeus? Done.
Okay, let's fight Asmodeus. Let's just conquer hell.
What's gonna happen?
I'll bring popcorn.
Yeah, we're on knife fight. Sometimes self-care is getting drunk and knife fighting God. That's somewhere on the internet, that quote.
Interesting.
All right, this is going to be my last serious question, not a ha-ha kind of question. So, with the new D&D content last week that was released with Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, do you have any new ideas for current characters or for any events that could be happening in the Emoris world out?
So Tasha's is going to be included into Emoris in a couple of different ways. One of them is not set in stone at the moment. It's probably going to happen, but I'm not going to talk about it here. I'm going to wait until Monday to see if we're sticking with it.
Cool.
What I will say is expanded spell lists are included now. New items and such are included now. New feats and new spells are included now. The additional optional feats are not included because you guys are fucking strong as it is, and I don't want to, like, as you guys are level 6 now. It doesn't make sense for you guys to just wake up the next day and be like, "Oh, I can do this now," you know.
Oh, like the new class, like the optional class feats, you mean?
Yeah, the optional ones.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We're gonna leave out for now. I don't have any new character ideas. I mean, my last character was a Tasha's class. Jeb was Circle of Wildfire. So I deal with characters as they come to me. There are a number of Tasha's classes already in the world, though. Is what I'll say that we planned in advance. So yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah. I can't say anything because it hasn't happened yet. But Equa, I'll actually message you because I'm thinking about changing something, which I think you might know about. But you do know about it. I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about right now or at this moment. But yes, there's something I'm thinking I'm going to change that will happen in the future. Something now might happen in the future that I might go a different route with some new shit from Tasha's culture and everything. Which is a really weird way to dance around the subject, but I can't say more. So
quite all right.
Yeah. But yes,
all
definitely.
Right. Okay, well, I believe that is it for my questions here for today. And yeah, so if you guys had checked out the Fandelver, that was the final episode, keep an eye out on social medias to see when the next session is actually going to be, and maybe a after session with a Q&A.
I think that's today, the day that this goes up.
Oh yeah, so yeah, definitely keep an eye on the social medias to see when that goes live. But yeah, again, the social medias are on the side here, and they're also going to be in the links below. I have been Nyssa, Zeldaner1988. And these were Equa and Felis. Thank you guys so much for joining today.
Thank you.
A lot of fun. Bye-bye, everybody. Stay safe.
Yes, make sure
Stay
tune
inside.
in for next Monday for the Emoris, which is tomorrow, and also for every other Wednesday, which is not this coming Wednesday, but the Wednesday following. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody.